Hi, my name's Erin Riley,
And I'm Susie Rakowski.
and we are together here in my dining room recording the Project Search 2020 Employment Outcome Awards ceremony.
Typically, we would all be together in a beautiful ballroom in Baltimore at our 14th annual conference, but sadly, we're not.
So instead, we still wanted to talk to you about the folks who won these awards because it's a really big deal. And so we're going to read off the names and do a slide presentation, and then we will be mailing you these awards. I want to say before we get started, I mentioned that we're in my dining room, and we are, but it also means that you may hear two dogs and some birds outside and the mailman. We apologize for those things. We'll make this as seamless and as quiet as possible as we learn how to do this together. We miss you, and Susie, let's get started.
All right, Erin's going to start with some data on the 2018-19 school year, and then we will begin reading the awards.
So the Project Search definition of competitive employment, as it has always been, is that our interns need to be employed at least 16 hours per week. The job needs to pay the prevailing wage, and the young person needs to be working in an integrated setting among coworkers with and without disabilities. This year, we're very excited to be giving away 229 awards. That's an increase of 28 over last year, and we went up in every single category. So this is kind of the big drum roll moment. This past year, we had 4,166 young people who started Project Search. 3,868 of them completed, giving us an overall completion rate of 93%. Of the 93% that completed, 2,907 were employed, or 75.2%. Now, what's interesting is that 75.2% were, in fact, employed. But it's important to know that 65.2% of the 75.2 actually met the Project Search criteria, meaning that 65.2% worked the 16 hours a week. The other 10% worked anywhere between 5 and 14 hours a week, 5 or 15 hours. And if you look at these percentages, clearly more than 50% worked at least 10 to 15 hours. So we're very pleased with this year's results, especially in light of COVID. I will say one small disclaimer. School ended and the job developers and the job coaches were not working at the end of the year when many programs were putting in their final data and doing that final employment push. So our numbers were down slightly, but we actually believe it was due to shifts in the employment of the instructor and the job coaches, as well as ability to get it into the system. In terms of hours and salary, the average hourly pay this year was $10.85 an hour, and the average hours worked per week were 24.7.
All right, we're going to get started. And just to give you a little information about what's going to be on your screen, if there is a regional or a statewide coordinator, we're going to announce that person because they do so much work with your state or your country to just coordinate things and give presentations and keep us all in line. And then we will tell you how many programs there are in that country or state, as well as how many were eligible for awards this year. So Australia is our first country, and they just started their first program this year. Corinne McPhee is our coordinator there, And right now we have one active program that began this year, so they were not eligible for an award and won't be until next year.
In Canada, we have 2 regional coordinators, Oli Backstrom and Carolyn McDougall. We have 4 active programs. Only 2 of those are eligible because they weren't up and running in 18-19. And of those 4 this year, there were 0 employment outcome awards.
In England, we don't have that regional coordinator award, but we do have 45 active programs. 34 of those were award eligible this year. And of those 34, 7 achieved an employment outcome award. And those 7 are an 80% for Next Tofshaw in Bradford, England. You'll also see all the partners on each slide. We're not going to read those, but we certainly want to recognize each program site's partners. The other 80% here is North Devon District Hospital in Barnstable, England. Our 70% winners are Bath and Northeast Somerset Council in Bath, England. The Hilton London Heathrow Airport Terminal 5 in Berkshire, England. The London Heathrow Marriott in Hayes, England. The Moorfields Eye Hospital in London, England. St. George's University Hospitals, the NHS Foundation Trust in London, England.
And then in Ireland, there isn't the role of the regional coordinator. We have 1 active program and it is award eligible, and they won 1 employment award. That award goes to Naas General Hospital in County Kildare, Ireland for 70%.
In Scotland, we also don't have a regional coordinator role. We have 16 active and all are award eligible. They had 2 employment outcome awards, an 80% in Forth Valley Royal Hospital in Labair, Scotland, and St. John's Hospital in Livingston, Scotland.
In Wales, there's no such role as a regional coordinator. We had 6 active programs. Of those, 3 were award eligible. And this in 18-19, there were 0 employment outcome awards.
Portugal, again, we do not have a regional coordinator. We have 1 active and award eligible site, but 0 employment outcome awards.
And now we're going to switch to the United States. In Alabama, we have 4 folks who act as statewide coordinators: Tina Dortch, Yolanda Spencer, Byron White, and Micah Williamson. There are 13 programs, of which 12 are award eligible. And amazingly, this past year, Alabama had 11 employment outcome awards. At 100%, you have Mobile Infirmary Hospital in Mobile, Alabama, Providence Hospital in Mobile, Alabama, UAB Medicine in Birmingham, Alabama. At 90%, you have Huntsville Hospital in Huntsville, Alabama, Regional Medical Center in Anniston, Alabama, Shelby Baptist Medical Center in Alabaster, Alabama. At 80%, you have Thomas Hospital in Fairhope, Alabama, Tuscaloosa VA Medical Center in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. At 70%, you have Baptist Medical Center South in Montgomery, Alabama, DeKalb Regional Medical Center in Fort Payne, Alabama, Marshall Medical Center in Guntersville, Alabama.
Wow, Erin, that's very exciting for Alabama. Congrats to you. For Alaska, our statewide coordinator is Kristen Vandegrift. We have 3 active programs, and all 3 are award eligible. And we have 1 employment outcome award in Alaska. And that's the Mat-Su Regional Medical Center in Palmer, Alaska at 70%.
In Arizona, the statewide coordinators are Susan Vorel and Heather Wolf. We have 5 active and award eligible programs, and this year 3 of the 5 achieved employment outcome awards. 80% goes to Luke Air Force Base in Glendale, Arizona. 70% goes to the Renaissance Glendale Hotel and Spa in Glendale, Arizona. 70% goes to San Mar in Avondale, Arizona.
Arkansas, our statewide coordinator is Judy Smith. We have 10 active programs. 9 of those are award eligible. And of the 9, we have 5 employment outcome awards. At 100%, the Arkansas Children's Hospital in Little Rock, Arkansas. Another 100%, Mercy Medical Center in Fort Smith, Arkansas. 100% again, St. Bernard's Regional Medical Center in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The Washington Regional Medical Center in Fayetteville, Arkansas. 70%, University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences in Little Rock, Arkansas.
In California, we have 2 statewide coordinators, Linda O'Neill and Richard Rosenberg. In California, we have 30 active programs, 24 are award eligible, and this past year, of those 24, 6 won employment outcome awards. The 6 are Embassy Suites by Hilton Walnut Creek in Walnut Creek, California at 100%. Embassy Suites by Hilton in San Luis Obispo, California, also at 100%. Kaiser Permanente South Bay Medical Center in Harbor City, California, 100%. San Mateo Medical Center in San Mateo, California, 100%. University of California, Irvine Medical Center, Orange, California, 100%. Claremont Club and Spa in Berkeley, California, 70%.
That's exciting, Erin. It's really great for California. In Colorado, our statewide coordinator is Jim Panzer. They have 3 active programs and all 3 are award eligible, and they have 2 employment outcome awards. They are 90% at UC Health in Aurora, Colorado, and 70% at Children's Hospital of Colorado in Aurora, Colorado.
And next up is Connecticut. The statewide coordinator there is Marty Zog, and they have 6 active programs, but 5 of those programs just started this past year. So only 1 program in Connecticut is award eligible. And I'm delighted to say that that program is and has won an employment outcome award. At 100%, you have University of Connecticut Health Center in Farmington, Connecticut.
Wonderful. Delaware, our statewide coordinator is Dale Motsevich. They have 4 active and all are award eligible, and 3 of the 4 had employment outcome awards. 90%, the Christiana Care Health System in Newark, Delaware. 80%, the Delaware Department of Transportation in Dover, Delaware. Another 80%, and Nanticoke Health Services in Seaford, Delaware.
Congratulations to Delaware. In District of Columbia, the statewide coordinator is Angela Spinella. They have 2 active programs. Both are award eligible. This past year, there were 0 employment outcome awards.
Florida, our statewide coordinator is Carly Detlefson. They have 38 active programs. 35 are award eligible. And of those 35, 15 won Employment Outcome Awards. 100%, the Boca Resort and Country Club in Boca Raton, Florida. Another 100% at Burlington, Orlando, Florida. City of Miami in Miami, Florida. Health First Incorporated at Cape Canaveral Hospital in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Another 100%, Lakeland Regional Health in Lakeland, Florida. Princeton Village of Palm Coast in Palm Coast, Florida. 90% at Advent Health Altamont in Altamont Springs, Florida. 80% Bethesda Memorial Hospital in Boynton Beach, Florida. 80% Halifax Health in Daytona Beach, Florida. 80% Health First Incorporated at Holmes Regional Medical Center in Melbourne, Florida. 80% in Magic Village in Kissimmee, Florida. 80% in Renaissance World Golf Village Resort in St. Augustine, Florida. 70% Hilton Altamont Springs in Altamont Springs, Florida. 70% Hilton Pensacola Beach in Pensacola Beach, Florida. 70% Miami-Dade County Zoo in Miami, Florida.
And then there's Georgia. In Georgia, the statewide coordinator is Bonnie Siri. There are currently 24 active programs. 22 of them are award eligible. And of those 22, 9 received employment outcome awards for 2018-19. The 9 are Colquitt Regional Medical Center in Moultrie, Georgia at 100%. Archbald Medical Center, the John D. Archbald Memorial Hospital in Thomasville, Georgia. Candler Hospital in Savannah, Georgia, 80%. Effingham Health Systems in Springfield, Georgia, 80%. Piedmont Fayette Hospital in Fayetteville, Georgia, 80%. St. Joseph's Hospital, Georgia Southern University, Armstrong Campus in Savannah, Georgia at 80%. TSYS TSIS in Columbus, Georgia, 80%. At 70%, Cartersville Medical Center in Cartersville, Georgia. Grady General Hospital in Cairo, Georgia.
All right, great job, Georgia. Hawaii, our statewide coordinator is Cheryl Matthews. There are 2 active programs. One of them is award eligible, and they received 0 employment outcome awards.
In Idaho, no one has been identified as a statewide coordinator because they have so few programs. And they currently have 1 active program. It is award eligible, and we're excited that this in 18-19 they achieved 1 employment outcome award. And that was 80% to Kootenai Health in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Great. Illinois, we do not have a statewide coordinator there either. We have 7 active programs. 6 of those are award eligible, and all 6 won an employment outcome award. That is great. Those programs are at 100%, the Northwestern Medicine Del Nor Hospital in Geneva, Illinois. 90%, Amita Health Adventist Bolingbrook Hospital in Bolingbrook, Illinois. 80%, Mercy Health Rockton Hospital in Rockton, Illinois. 70%, the Brookfield Zoo in Brookfield, Illinois. 70%, Northwestern Medicine Central DuPage Hospital in Winfield, Illinois.
Shout out to Illinois. 6 of 6 is pretty amazing.
Awesome.
In Indiana, the statewide coordinator is Jackie Tijerina. We have 6 active programs. All are award eligible. In 1819, there were 2 employment outcome awards. 70% goes to Community Hospital East in Indianapolis, Indiana. And also at 70%, there's Community Hospital North in Indianapolis, Indiana.
All right, Iowa. The statewide coordinator is Leanne Russo. They have 10 active programs, 9 are award eligible, and they have 1 employment outcome award. And that goes to, at 70%, the Unity Point Health Trinity in Bettendorf, Iowa.
Kansas. The statewide coordinator is Cheryl Laker. There are 13 active programs. All are award eligible. And of the 13 programs, 7 won employment outcome awards. At 100%, you have LMH Health, Lawrence, Kansas. The University of Kansas in Lawrence, Kansas. The Embassy Suites Hotel in Olathe, Kansas. The Johnson County Government in Olathe, Kansas. The Newton Medical Center in Newton, Kansas. And at 70%, you have the Butler Community College program in El Dorado, Kansas. Via Christi St. Francis Hospital in Wichita, Kansas.
You know, Erin, if we were together, all those Kansas people would be waving their sunflowers.
I miss them very much.
So congratulations to Kansas. That's great. In Kentucky, our statewide coordinator is Ryan Henson. We have 3 active programs. 2 are award eligible. Neither of them won an employment outcome award.
In Louisiana, brand new site, brand new state. No person has yet been identified as a statewide coordinator, and we have only 1 program there that just started this past year, so they are not yet award eligible. But Louisiana, welcome to the team.
That's right. It's going to be at Dow Chemical. Maryland, our statewide coordinator is Stacy Herman. We have 12 active and all are award eligible, and 2 of them got employment outcome awards. They are 80% at Kennedy Krieger Institute in Baltimore, Maryland, and 70% at the National Institute of Health Clinical Center in Bethesda, Maryland.
In Massachusetts, there has not been a person identified as a statewide coordinator. There are active programs. All 8 are award eligible. And in 1819, 1 program won an employment outcome award. That program at 100% was Milford Regional Medical Center in Milford, Massachusetts.
All right, Michigan. We have a whole team of statewide coordinators in Michigan, and they are super helpful. Jennifer Hurst from VR, Naya Jawo from the Blind Persons Association. All right, sorry about that little interruption. The mailman came and the dogs had to greet the mailman. All right, in Michigan, we have a team of statewide coordinators. They are Jennifer Hurst, Naya Jawo, Joe Longcore, Shannon McAvoy, and Sarah Winslow. We have 18 active programs, 17 are award eligible, and of those 17, 11 got employment outcome awards.
It's amazing.
Great state. All right, they are 100% at Bronson Methodist Hospital in Kalamazoo, Michigan, 100% at the Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital in West Bloomfield, Michigan, 90% at Spectrum Health in Grand Rapids, Michigan, 80% at Beaumont Wayne Hospital in Wayne, Michigan, 80% at Michigan State University in East Lansing, Michigan, 80% at Pro Medica Bixby and Herrick Hospitals in Adrian, Michigan, 80% at War Memorial Hospital in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. 70% at Duncan Aviation in Battle Creek, Michigan. 70% at Embassy Suites Livonia in Livonia, Michigan. Another 70% at ProMedica Monroe Regional Hospital in Monroe, Michigan. 70% to Spectrum Health, Lakeland, St. Joseph's, in St. Joseph's, Michigan. Yay, Michigan.
Yeah, they did great, didn't they? In Minnesota, we have 2 statewide coordinators there, Thomas Delaney and Lindsay Horowitz. There are 9 active programs, 8 are award eligible, and in 18-19, we had 2 Employment Outcome Award winners. At 70% is Gillette Children's Specialty Healthcare in St. Paul, Minnesota, and Medtronic Minneapolis in Minneapolis, Minnesota, also at 70%.
All right, Mississippi. Our statewide coordinator there is Faye Culpepper. We have 5 active programs. 2 are eligible for awards this year, and 1 of them received an Employment Outcome Award, and it's at 100%. The University of Mississippi Medical Center in Jackson, Mississippi.
Congratulations. In Missouri, the statewide coordinator is Barb Gilpin. There are 5 active programs, all are award eligible, and of the 5, 3 won Employment Outcome Awards. And the 3 are, at 100%, Embassy Suites St. Charles, Missouri. At 90%, VA St. Louis Healthcare System, St. Louis, Missouri. And last but not least, 70%, the Health Sciences District in Kansas City, Missouri.
That's great. In Montana, we do not have a statewide coordinator. We have 1 active and award eligible program, which did not win an Employment Outcome Award.
In Nebraska, the statewide coordinator is Bridget Griffin. There are 14 active and award eligible programs, and of the 14 programs, 6 won Employment Outcome Awards. At 100%, there's CHI Health St. Francis, Grand Island, Nebraska. At 80%, there's the Heritage at Sterling Ridge in Omaha, Nebraska. At 70%, there's the Embassy Suites by Hilton, Omaha La Vista Hotel and Conference Center in La Vista, Nebraska. There's Faith Regional Health Services in Norfolk, Nebraska, also at 70%. At 70%, there's Nebraska Medicine Bellevue in Bellevue, Nebraska. And at 70%, there's Nebraska Medicine in Omaha, Nebraska.
Great job, Nebraska. All right, in Nevada, we have no statewide coordinator there. We have 4 active and all are award eligible. And of the 4, 2 won Employment Outcome Awards. At 80%, Mountain View Hospital in Las Vegas, Nevada. And another 80% at Sunrise Hospital in Las Vegas, Nevada.
In New Hampshire, the statewide coordinator is Tina Greco. There are 5 active award eligible programs. 2 of them won Employment Outcome Awards. At 80% is Portsmouth Regional Hospital, HCA, in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And at 70%, Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center in Lebanon, New Hampshire.
All right, New Jersey. We have 3 statewide coordinators there. Solo Ekenquo, Marianne Tiesler, and Cheryl Vale. We have 9 active programs, and 6 of those are award eligible. And 4 of the 6 won Employment Outcome Awards. That's great. They are 100% at the Jersey City Medical Center, RWJ Barnabas Health, Jersey City, New Jersey. 80% Hackensack Meridian Health, Hackensack University Medical Center in Hackensack, New Jersey. And at 80%, Jefferson Health, New Jersey, in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. 70% again, Overlook Medical Center in Summit, New Jersey.
In New Mexico, the statewide coordinators are Charlene Chavez, Marcy Hintz, and Alex Rios. There are 7 active programs, 6 of which are award eligible, and 3 won Employment Outcome Awards. 100% goes to Embassy Suites in Albuquerque, New Mexico. 80% goes to Presbyterian Rust Medical Center in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. And 80% goes to University of New Mexico Hospitals in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
All right, New York. In New York, our statewide coordinator is Caitlin Jackson. We have 22 active programs. Of those 22, 21 are award eligible, and we have 4 employment outcome awards. They are at 80% New York Presbyterian Queens in Flushing, New York, 80% at Syracuse University in Syracuse, New York, 70% at the Medford Multi-Care Center in Medford, New York, 70% R by R Realty in New York, New York.
In North Carolina, the statewide coordinator is Alice Farrar. There are 13 active programs, 12 of which are award eligible. Of those 12, in the 2018-19 year, there were 3 Employment Outcome Award winners. At 80% is Southwestern Community College in Sylva, North Carolina. At 70% is Atrium Health Pineville in Charlotte, North Carolina. And 70% North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services in Raleigh, North Carolina.
All right, Ohio. We have a team again of statewide coordinators here in Ohio: Hagar Collier, Donna Foster, Julie Hance, Roya Hood, and Amy Samansky. We have 35 active programs, and of those, 33 are award eligible. Of the 33, 22 won Employment Outcome Awards. So we're very proud of our home Buckeye State. Those are 100% goes to the Fifth Third Bank corporate offices in Cincinnati, Ohio. 100% Mercy Regional Medical Center in Lorain, Ohio. 100% to O'Bleness Hospital in Athens, Ohio. 100% to Ohio Health Mansfield in Mansfield, Ohio. 100% to Springfield Regional Medical Center, Mercy Health Partners in Springfield, Ohio. Another 100% at St. Rita's Medical Center in Lima, Ohio. The Westfield Group in Westfield, Ohio, also got 100%. 80% to our Cincinnati Children's Hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio. 80% to the Dublin Methodist Hospital in Dublin, Ohio. 80% to the Fifth Third Bank Operations Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. 80% to the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office in Cincinnati, Ohio. 80% to Life Care Alliance in Columbus, Ohio. 80% to the Lorain County Community College in Elyria, Ohio. 80% to Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. 80% to the Otterbein Retirement Community in Lebanon, Ohio. 80% to the Otterbein Senior Lifestyle Community in St. Mary's, Ohio. 80% to Soin Medical Center in Beaver Creek, Ohio. 80% to the University Hospitals Parma Medical Center in Parma, Ohio. 80% to Xavier University in Cincinnati, Ohio. 70% to the Atrium Medical Center in Middletown, Ohio. 70% to University of Toledo in Toledo, Ohio. 70% to the Westchester Hospital, UC Health in Westchester, Ohio.
Good job. In Oklahoma, the statewide coordinator is Judy Goldston. There are 7 active and award eligible programs, and of those 7, 5 won employment outcome awards. The 5 are at 100%, Mercy Hospital, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Integris Bass Baptist Health Center in Enid, Oklahoma. Integris Canadian Valley Hospital in Yukon, Oklahoma. And at 70%, there's Embassy Suites by Hilton Norman in Norman, Oklahoma. And last, Integris Baptist Medical Center in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
All right, Oregon. We have no statewide coordinator there. We have 8 active programs. 6 of those are award eligible. And of the 6, 5 won employment outcome awards. They are at 100% Hotel Eugene in Eugene, Oregon. 100% Peace Health Sacred Heart Medical Center at River Bend in Springfield, Oregon. 80% Kaiser Permanente at Sunnyside Medical Center, Clackamas, Oregon. 80% Peace Health Sacred Heart Medical Center, University District in Eugene. 70% Embassy Suites by Hilton, Portland, Washington Square in Tigard, Oregon.
In Pennsylvania, the statewide coordinator is Melissa Wirth-Thrush. There are 23 active programs, 21 of which are award eligible. Of those 21, 13 won employment outcome awards. 100% goes to Kalahari Resorts and Conventions in Pocono Manor, Pennsylvania. 100% goes to Penn State Health Milton S. Hershey Medical Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania. 100% goes to Penn State Health St. Joseph in Reading, Pennsylvania. And 100% goes to UPMC Mercy Hospital in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And then at 100%, there's WellSpan Health York Hospital in York, Pennsylvania. At 90%, there's the Education Center at the School District of Philadelphia in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Another 90 is Lancaster General Health in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And 80% goes to Dauphin County Government in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And 70 goes to Bryn Mawr Rehab Hospital in Malvern, Pennsylvania. And Drexel University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And Phoenixville Hospital in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. And St. Louis University Hospital in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And finally, WellSpan Health Gettysburg Hospital in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Wow, Pennsylvania did fabulous.
They did a great job.
All right, Rhode Island. Our statewide coordinators are Karen Davis and Barbara Mulligan. They have 4 active and all are award eligible, and 2 of the 4 won employment outcome awards. They are 100% Newport Hospital, Newport, Rhode Island. 80% Blue Cross Blue Shield of Rhode Island in Providence, Rhode Island.
In South Carolina, the statewide coordinators are Leah Cordoni, Laura Elder, Jenny Heyman, Joy Ivester, Rhonda Mumford, and Jennifer Quinn. There are 13 active programs, 9 of whom are eligible for the Employment Outcome Awards, and 6 won Employment Outcome Awards. At 100%, there's Baptist Easley Hospital in Easley, South Carolina, Piedmont Medical Center in Rock Hill, South Carolina, At 80%, there's Bon Secours St. Francis in Greenville, South Carolina. At 80%, Embassy Suites Columbia, Greystone Conference Center in Columbia, South Carolina. At 80%, Prisma Health Baptist Park Ridge, Columbia, South Carolina. 80%, Spartanburg Regional Healthcare System, Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Great job, South Carolina. All right, in South Dakota, our statewide coordinators are Katie Grant and Dan Rounds. We have 5 active programs, 4 of which are award eligible, and of the 4, 3 won Employment Outcome Awards. At 100%, South Dakota State University in Brookings, South Dakota. 80%, Rapid City Regional Health in Rapid City, South Dakota. And 70%, Avera St. Luke's Hospital in Aberdeen, South Dakota.
Congrats, South Dakota. In Tennessee, the statewide coordinators are Paula Kinsley, Amy Rader, and Blake Scherer. Program status, there are 17 programs, 14 of which are award eligible. Of those 14, 11 won Employment Outcome Awards. 100% goes to Le Bonheur Children's Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. Another 100% goes to Maryville College in Maryville, Tennessee. 80% goes to Embassy Suites Downtown Nashville, Nashville, Tennessee. 80% Sheraton Hotel, Memphis, Memphis, Tennessee. 80% to Nova Healthcare, Clarksville, Tennessee. 80% Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, Nashville, Tennessee. 70% AmeriGroup, Nashville, Tennessee. 70% East Tennessee Children's Hospital, Knoxville, Tennessee. 70% the Peabody Memphis, Memphis, Tennessee. 70% the University of Tennessee Medical Center, Knoxville, Tennessee. And 70% West Tennessee Healthcare, Jackson, Tennessee.
Oh my gosh, Tennessee, fabulous. All right, Texas, our statewide coordinator is Melinda Paninsky. We have 30 active programs in Texas, and 27 of those 30 are award eligible. Of the 27, 14 won Employment Outcome Awards. 100% at Baylor Scott & White Healthcare, Brenham in Brenham, Texas. 100% Dow Chemical in Freeport, Texas. 90% the City of Louisville in Louisville, Texas. 90% Embassy Suites Dallas Frisco Hotel, Convention Center and Spa, Frisco, Texas. 80% Ascension Seton Hayes in Kyle, Texas. Baylor Scott & White Medical Center Lakeway in Austin, Texas at 80%. Seton Highland Lakes Hospital in Burnett, Texas at 80%. Sanmar Corporation, Texas in Irving, Texas at 80%. The Hospitals of Providence in El Paso, Texas at 80%. Ascension Seton Northwest in Austin, Texas at 70%. Ascension Seton Williamson in Round Rock, Texas at 70%. Baylor Scott & White Healthcare in College Station, Texas at 70%. Baylor Scott & White Medical Center in Plano, Texas at 70%. United Healthcare in Sugar Land, Texas at 70%. Wow, Melinda, you did great.
In Utah, there is no person yet identified as the statewide coordinator. There are 0 active programs. There is 1 pending program, so they should start in fall 2020 or fall 21. And as a result, there are no Employment Outcome Awards.
But we want to welcome Utah to Project Surge.
We definitely want to welcome Utah.
All right, Vermont. We have 2 statewide coordinators there, Jenny Masterson and John Spinney. We have 3 active programs, all are award eligible, with 1 employment outcome award. And it is at 70% the Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center, Lebanon, New Hampshire. You may be wondering why we're reading this. Because the partners are actually from both states, New Hampshire and Vermont, and they both like to claim the program. The school is actually on the Vermont side, the partners are on the New Hampshire side, and we're very, very excited to have them as a great program.
In Virginia, the statewide coordinators are Donna Benessi, Martin Kralowski, Jennifer McDonough, and Marianne Moore. There are 19 active programs, all of whom are award eligible, and Virginia in 2018-19 won 12 employment outcome awards. 100% for the program at Fort Eustis in Fort Eustis, Virginia. 100% for Mary Washington Healthcare in Fredericksburg, Virginia. 100% for the National Conference Center in Leesburg, Virginia. 100% for Valley Health Winchester Medical Center in Winchester, Virginia. 90% for Chesapeake Regional Healthcare in Chesapeake, Virginia. 80% for Bon Secours Maryview Medical Center in Portsmouth, Virginia. 80% for Carilion Clinic in Roanoke, Virginia. 80% for Centra in Lynchburg, Virginia. 80% for Innova Alexandria in Alexandria, Virginia. 80% for Centara Careplex Hospital in Hampton, Virginia. And 80% for Centara Norfolk General Hospital in Norfolk, Virginia. 70% for Centara Williamsburg Regional Medical Center in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Wow, good job, Virginia. In Washington, we have no statewide coordinator. We have 6 active programs, 5 of which are award eligible, and one of those 5 won an employment outcome award. 70% goes to the Swedish Edmunds Hospital in Edmonds, Washington.
In West Virginia, there is no statewide coordinator identified at this point. There is 1 program that just started last year, so they are non-eligible for the award this year, and 0 employment outcome awards.
So welcome, West Virginia.
Yes.
All right, Wisconsin. We have a statewide coordinator there. Her name is Paige Parr. We have 27 active programs, all of which are award eligible, and of the 27, 7 are eligible and 1 employment outcome awards. So 7 are at 90%, the Bellin Health HSHS St. Vincent Hospital in Green Bay, Wisconsin. 90% Marshfield Medical Center in Marshfield, Wisconsin. Another 90% Mayo Clinic Health System in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. 80% at Gunderson Health Systems in La Crosse, Wisconsin. 80% at the Milwaukee County Zoo in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 70% at the Andis Company in Sturtevant, Wisconsin. 70% Mercy Health Hospital and Trauma Center in Janesville, Wisconsin.
And I'm going to interrupt Susie here just to give a shout out to this team. We listed the partner names on every single slide, all the partners for every team. And we're only able to put in those partners that the teams had entered into the portal. This program at Mercy Health Hospital and Trauma Center put in the most partners of any site out there. And therefore, we were able to list the most partners on this page. So if you've noticed for your site that some of your partners weren't listed, we'd encourage you to go back into the portal and do as Mercy Health has done. and list everybody who works with you on your program. So a really positive shout out to Mercy Health.
Yes, one more time. Mercy Health Hospital and Trauma Center in Janesville, Wisconsin. All right.
Wyoming, I think this might be last.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. There is no person yet identified as a statewide coordinator. There's one active program that is award eligible, and that program won an Employment Outcome Award.
There we go.
At 100%, Ivinson Memorial Hospital in Laramie, Wyoming, had 100% of their interns placed into employment.
All right, now we're at the end.
That is the end of our presentation. We made it through without too many interruptions. We can only hope that next year our award presentation will happen at our conference. We're very, very sorry not to be there with you this year. And we just want to say a huge congratulations to all of these teams. It's an amazing job when you consider all the young people that got awards because of Project Search. And even if you're not an award winner, you may still have had 50 or 60% employment, which is fabulous. And so thank you to everybody who takes part in Project Search and for the work that's gone into job development, job coaching, and employment. Thank you.
Thanks for listening. Apologies if we mispronounced your city or the name of your hospital, but we are very excited for all of you, and to give out 229 awards means that you worked really hard, and now your interns are working at a competitive rate. So we couldn't be more pleased. So thank
you to all of you.